everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So what are we doing today? Today we are doing an artwork where I draw myself as something. The last time it was a superhero, and today I decided to do witch. Now I thought it would be appropriate for this time of year for me to draw myself as a witch, because obviously Halloween and all that kind of stuff. So I thought it was the best opportunity for me to get this one out, and I was very excited to do it. So as you can see, I started off this sketch traditionally, and I basically just did it in my sketchbook, and I basically just took a photo of that and then took it into Procreate, which is the app that I use on my iPad to draw, and I did the line art. And I did it this way because I knew this piece was going to be a little bit more of a complicated piece, and having that digital line art just makes it a lot easier for me to fix mistakes and compile different elements together, because I can draw a whole drawing like a background and then chuck a figure that I drew previously on top of that, and yeah, it's just a lot easier for me, and I thought that, you know, I want to get back into my digital line art, so I thought I would try that. So as you can see, just before I drew basically me as a witch, just the line art, and yeah, now I'm doing the background. Now for this artwork I wanted to have a sort of witch making a potion, and in the background I wanted her to have some shelves with lots of different witchy and Halloweeny items. So as you can see, there is a pumpkin, and on the other side of that shelf there's another pumpkin. My cat Pumpkin, because last time I actually included Pumpkin in this, and I wanted to do it again because I thought, you know, cats, Halloween, of course, why not? And also with the colouring stage, having orange on both sides of the piece would balance it pretty well. Now for the colours, as I said, I basically started off with the background because I prefer it that way. I like to do it that way because it sets the scene for the artwork, and it's obviously the main part of the artwork because the background is the largest part of the artwork. And I can also add a lot of shading and stuff on the character based off the background, because as I've said previously in some of my videos, sometimes I colour in the character and I think, yes, that shading looks great, but then when I do the background I ended up having to go back into the character because the shading just didn't look as good as what I thought it would with the background. So just to skip all of that, I do the background first. So for the colours of this piece, I went in with some warm greys and some yellows as well for the walls. And I decided to do that because I sort of wanted it a bit of a cobblestoney sort of look to it. And after that, I went in with some of the items and characters on the walls behind her. Now as you can see, there are some jars with interesting looking liquid. Now I wanted her having a sort of potion bottle, and she's sort of pouring an ingredient into her potion, and behind her you can see that there's some other potion bottles with different ingredients in them. And as you can see below one of her elbows, there is a potion bottle with eyeballs in it, because I thought that that was very Halloweeny witchiness. I'm not too sure, I just thought that that would be something interesting to add. Now as you can see, this is me obviously, so there are some aspects of myself in here as well, not just a witch. I have a paw print tattoo on my forearm, as you can see, and also there is a rat on my head. Now a lot of the time I have had pet rats in my life, and I absolutely love them. They are great pets, despite the stigma that they currently have. And since it was Halloween and it was a witch, I definitely wanted to have some little animals in there too. Other than that, I added obviously brown hair, because my hair is brown and quite long at the moment, and she has a beauty mark on her cheek, which a lot of witches have sort of moles, and I actually have a beauty mark or a mole. I never draw it when I draw myself because I personally don't like it. However, since it's a witch, I thought I would add that in and make it, you know, fit, I guess. Now for the colors of her clothes, my favorite color is purple, and that is perfect for a witch, so I thought, you know, I'm just going to deck her out in lots of different types of purple. So we have a very, very dark purple, and then we have a sort of bluey purple, and then obviously a pinkish purple as well, which is the marker called Mallow, which is actually one of my favorite colors. Now as you can see, the potion bottle that she is pouring into her potion, it does have a sort of yellow liquid in it, and as you can see with the stream, that sort of has a gradient to green, which the potion itself is green, and I thought that was very interesting, and just something a little extra that I could add to it as well. Now to get that sort of transparent look with the liquid pouring into the potion, I just made sure the line art was the same underneath, and then I added markers over the top of the colors of the potion only and not her skin or hair. And then after that I sort of added some green and yellow pencil over the top to sort of add a sort of translucent look to that line art, so it covers it up just a little bit but not a whole lot. After that I really wanted to get into the hot coals underneath the cauldron, and I basically just used a lot of yellows and oranges and a tiny bit of red and brown, and I just sort of tried to outline all of those hot coals while making sure that they have a glowing look to them, and making sure a bit of the highlights of yellow was on the bottom of the cauldron as well, because that fire is going to shine a lot of bright yellow light. After that I went in with my coloured pencils and added a lot of little wispy sort of flames coming underneath the cauldron, which I really do enjoy the look of, and it was a lot of fun to make as well. And of course I am colouring in the ground with some cool greys, which does sort of clash nicely with the warm greys of the walls, and I thought that that was an interesting variation. After that I decided she wasn't standing out as much as I wanted. I wanted her to sort of pop off the page. So of course I got out my trusty white gel pen, and I did a white outline around her, which I have been doing quite a bit in my art. And to be honest, I have done that quite a bit in my art, but it is a very, very good way to add a nice sort of highlight to them, and just to make them stand out way more and make it obvious that they're the main focus of the art. A big white outline just helps so much. I can't stress that enough because it's just so useful. Also with that gel pen I added some bubbles and little splashy out bits to the cauldron underneath, and also some bubbles and highlights and stuff to the potion bottles and other items behind her. Now after that I decided I really wanted to add a little bit more spookiness to this artwork. So of course I just masked off some very minimal parts that I wanted to stand out more, and then I went in with my Copic airbrush system, yep, you guessed it, and I added a little bit of a vignette effect around the corners, and this really helped to just sort of set the mood and give it a lot more interest than before. And I really, really love the way it turned out and how it looks. I'm so glad that I did this because it's just a fun artwork. It looks like this witch is sort of conjuring a sort of demon beast which is going to come forth and do her chores. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and here is the final result, and I'm so happy with it. Sorry that this video was a bit later than usual, but what can you do? Anyways, I will thank you guys so much if you're still here, and check out my other videos and hit like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!